he wins the race to the pole, and there are so many differences when it comes to Worldwide Technology Raceway versus other tracks. Can you explain to the layperson how much harder this is versus some other tracks out there to get in the number one spot?
Yeah, I mean, Worldwide Raceway is so different than any other racetrack. When you're going through your notes and you're trying to find, what is this compared to, there's nothing on our schedule that it compares to because it's two drag strips with two very different corners. And so getting everything just right is really challenging here. You fight a lot of, if you're really good in 1 and 2, you struggle in 3 and 4 and vice versa. But everyone at Front Row did a really good job. Our car was, balanced pretty well and connected and did all the things I needed to do to go out there and hammer out a lap. So proud of the effort.
Can you explain whether it's difficult or it's fun or just the differences in what's going on with the announcement that's been made that you are moving on? And then, hey, I know you just said in this press conference you don't like the term lame duck, but how you're fighting. You're fighting almost harder than ever to prove something right now.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we have a lot of racing left this year, right? And so with that announcement coming out so early, we knew that this was going to be something where we all have to dig in and we all have to fight hard. But it benefits everybody. Running well benefits everybody, and we all know that. And so, our number one goal is the same: win a race, make the playoffs. And the way that the playoffs, roll out with the schedule, there's a good chance that we could go deep into the playoffs with, having a super speedway and a road course in early rounds and things like that. So we know the importance this year of winning a race and getting in there because we feel like it's our best opportunity to go deep into the playoffs, but we got to get there first. And so today's a good step towards that. But yeah, I mean, everybody at Front Row is giving me the best effort we know how to do, and same for me, and we're going to keep fighting and make sure that we achieve all the goals that we set out to achieve.
To me, though, it's a little more than that because you are such a solid person and this team is doing you a solid as well. There's so much behind the scenes going on that is, I don't know, if I wish there was a documentary on you that was being made. It's just special, for lack of a better word. Can you explain that?
Yeah, it is special. I think it's just based off of gratitude. I'm super thankful for everything that Bob Jenkins has done for me and everybody at Front Row. And to go from running 30th every weekend to, having 3 poles this year and making the playoffs the last 2 years, 2 out of 4 years, and I think we'll make them again. So I'm just thankful. I'm thankful to be here and have the opportunity. And I think when you truly appreciate what you have, you're going to have that gratitude and give it everything you have because I owe it to them to do that. So, yeah, it's not hard. It really isn't. It's racing is hard. There are some hard things in racing, but I'll tell you this just to give it some perspective. This weekend we have Siteman Cancer Center on a car. Yesterday I spent the day at the pediatric oncology hospital there at Siteman, and yes, there's pressure in racing and you have to perform, but when you put life in perspective, and yesterday did that for me, I'm just thankful to have a healthy family, healthy kids, a great opportunity to get paid to drive around in circles, and to have a great team of people and fast race cars is just an added bonus. And so, yeah, yesterday was a tough and rewarding day all at the same time.
I got to be honest, though, with you, Michael. If Crasher said, you know what, I'm going to leave SpeedFreaks at the end of the season, but I'd like to stick around, you're right. There are going to be some meetings that I keep her out of because I don't want her to know the strategy. And you don't have to divulge too much. Was there a conversation that you had with Bob that, Bob, I'm going to work my ass off. Yeah. Keep me around. I'm going to work my ass off. And did he say, Michael, I'm going to keep a closer eye on you? Or we're going to continue to give the same equipment? How was that conversation?
Yeah, it's a mix. There's certain things that have changed, no doubt about it. And I understand why they have to change. I'm not frustrated by them because I've been around the sport a long time and I know how these things work and how they go. So we've had to fight a little harder. We've had to dig a little harder because of that as a group. But we still have everything that we need to be competitive. It's just taken a little extra. And I think that gives us a little extra motivation and fire. And that's not against Bob. That's just the way the industry works. Because when you're going somewhere else and you're going to another manufacturer or another team, there's certain information and there's certain tools and there's certain things that you can't have access to. And we understand that. And so, I haven't been on the simulator since the announcement. Some of the tools have been shut off and some of the things that we need are not available anymore, but we're just digging in and we're digging harder. And we're getting creative on other ways to study and other ways to be prepared, and so we're going to keep fighting.
Was that part of the process when you talked to Jenkins about it? He said, "Now, Michael, I'm not going to let you into this area. It's off for you." Was that part of the process, or you're just learning as you go?
No, it's more controlled by things that are not always in our control, right? It's not so much from Bob. I mean, Bob has given me all the tools and all the things we need, but there's just certain things that have changed that are out of my control and out of his control too, and just part of the industry and the sport. And so it's not on him at all. It's not like he's keeping me out of anything. It's just there's certain things that have to happen.